So what is a major? I'm sure most of you have heard kind of what a major is. You have some sort of an idea. But just to do a quick overview, um, folks, through your major, you'll be able to become familiar with one particular discipline, and you'll be able to go into depth in that particular theme. You'll be able to learn the fundamental skills about that particular major, and hopefully it'll be an area that you'll be able to centralize your work. So now we're gonna go ahead and move into looking at the different undergraduate colleges that are at UC Berkeley. These are the different schools and colleges that are available for our first year and our transfer students to apply into for your undergraduate degree. So we'll go ahead and start with the College of Chemistry, and I'll hand it over to Tiffany.
So one of the things about Berkeley, I think a lot of students think, oh, I don't know if I want to attend Berkeley. It's a big school. Want to attend something, kind of smaller. Well, when we think about the university, right? UC Berkeley is the university, but within the university, it's made up of colleges. So for example, the College of Chemistry, ranked number one, they only have three majors, right? They only have three majors. They have 963 students. It's a very interesting college that you might pursue. And their mission is to educate and advance society through education and research. So let's look a little bit into some of the majors offered by the College of Chemistry. Again, there are three majors. We also have a Bachelor of Arts in Chemistry that's offered through the College of Letters and Sciences. But if you're interested in any of these three majors, I urge you to check out the College of Chemistry. All right. College of Computing, Data Science, and Society. This is our newest college in 50 years. Again, it's a big campus, but guess what? This college only has three majors. This is a new college, and with that said, the data science major is the newest major that just emerged, but we also have computer science and statistics. And for someone who's, kind of looking at majors and exploring, I think that not only do you have the opportunities within the majors, but you have an opportunity to be in something new. Even those of you that don't major in data science, chances are you will take a data science class. So even if it's not your major, chances are you will take a data science. But these are the three majors that college offers. Next, we have the College of Engineering. So College of Engineering, that's one of our larger colleges. There are 4,200 students in that college. However, the bulk of students in the College of Engineering are in the mechanical engineering and the electrical engineering and computer sciences majors. There's a number of majors in the college that don't get as many students simply because students don't do the exploration, right? They think, oh, I want to do engineering, so I should do mechanical, right? But guess what? There's a whole big world of engineering out there. Material sciences is a good one. Bioengineering is a good one. Aerospace is engineering, pretty new. But even newer than that, now we have the ECE major. So that is our electrical and computer engineering major. So those of you that are perhaps thinking of electrical engineering, you could do the EECS route, you could do the ECE route. It just depends on what you're interested in. Anyone who's interested in, let's say, business and engineering, IEOR is a very cool major that you might think about pursuing. Similarly, material science, and then all of our engineering sciences.
All right, now I get the privilege to talk about the College of Environmental Design. It is essentially like our architecture school with a total of 4 different majors. It has been ranked number one for the number one public university for architecture and for the built environment. So we're really proud of that. Now, if you want to talk about small schools at Berkeley, again, Tiffany mentioned that Berkeley is a large university. We have about 40,000 total students here on campus. The College of Environmental Design is a place where you can make a large university a smaller place with only 700 undergraduate students. And the mission of this college is to address environmental challenges through different equitable, resilient, and culturally vibrant kind of lenses. And so our College of Environmental Design has 4 different majors: architecture, landscape architecture and environmental planning, city and regional planning, and land and regional development. I always get really excited about this college because I feel like it just has such unique offerings. Of course, architecture you could probably find at many universities, but landscape architecture, city regional planning, urban regional development, I think are really cool opportunities for students to look at. And just in a quick example of city planning and what kind of that looks like and what folks do on our campus with city planning is that it's an interdisciplinary field that seeks to shape the social spatial evolution of neighborhoods, cities, and regions, and it empowers folks to envision, plan, and shape better futures. So if that's something that sounds interesting to you, I definitely encourage you to take a look at the College of Environmental Design. Now I'm going to move on to the College of Letters and Science. I saw briefly in the questions earlier, somebody asked if LNS stands for Letters and Science, and yes, it does. The College of Letters and Science is also LNS. We like to call it LNS here on campus for short. Now, it is our largest campus here our largest college here at UC Berkeley. It has about 3/4 of our undergraduate population with about 24,000 undergraduate students. 79 different majors are offered here with about 100 plus minors. And this is an overview of the different divisions for the College of Letters and Science. I mentioned there are 79 majors, so not all 79 majors are listed here. I did put a QR code here in case you want to go to the link that offers the description of the divisions and some of the majors within the divisions. And next college I'm going to talk about is the Haas School of Business, which is one of our more popular colleges or schools here on campus. It is ranked the second top undergraduate business school across the US, and it has 4 different majors with approximately 1,200 undergraduate students. In terms of our alumni, we have over 45,000 alumni from the Haas School of Business that are in 80 different countries. So internships, networking is always an option within this community, and they do a really good job of connecting our current students to the alumni network, as well as different careers within this particular field. So I thought that was really impressive. And these are the 4 undergraduate majors that our students can take advantage of. All programs offer direct admission to our first-year students, with the exception of the Robinson Life Science Business and Entrepreneurship program. Just to do a quick run through, our Speaker Undergraduate Business program is our general business administration program. Our Global Management program is our Global Studies in Management program. Our MET, our Management, Entrepreneurship, and Technology program is essentially like engineering and business together. And then the life science business is biology and business together. So if any of those things are interesting to you, definitely highly recommend that you take a look at them. For our transfer students, you're only able to apply directly to our Speaker Business undergraduate program. So just make note of that as well. Go ahead and go on to the next college. So this is actually our last college, but not least, definitely last but not least. This is our Rausser College of Natural Resources. So Rausser is the first college in the UC system. It was originally called the College of Agriculture back in 1868 when Berkeley was first established. And so it is our oldest college on our campus. And it has 9 undergraduate majors as well as 9 undergraduate minors, which also offers a small school experience with about 2,600 undergraduate students. I think one thing that's really great about the college is that 50% of Rausser's undergraduates conduct some form of research, which I would say for Rausser, the research and the work that they do is really important and really a highlight of who they are. Here's a list of the different majors that we offer in the College of Rausser's College of Natural Resources. If you're interested, I also provided a QR code for you to go take a look at the programs a little bit more in depth. And I will now move into how admissions uses your major. So specifically, this slide is for our first year applicants. So just so you all know, when we review applications, We are reviewing students holistically. And basically that means we're evaluating you by looking at all factors. So academics, personal achievements, everything is within the context of who you are and what's available to you. I would say that the major is just part of the application. For the College of Letters and Science specifically, it doesn't necessarily, we don't necessarily admit you to the major, with like the exception of like those high demand, like you have a guaranteed spot, right? But for LNS, you're not admitted directly into the major. So the major that you list on the application doesn't necessarily mean like you're gonna have like a better chance of getting in, or you'll have a least chance of getting in because it might be more popular. It just helps us to understand that you're interested in the program, and it can be helpful to the reader because we're able to understand what you're passionate about, and potentially you're linking that back to other things that you're doing outside of the classroom. Now, the other colleges, they do admit to major for the most part. So discussing your major interest is highly recommended, and it is a little bit, maybe a little bit more helpful for that particular college, just because again, we are going to be admitting you to major. So having interest in the major and showing that you maybe showcase some sort of extracurricular activity that relates to the major can be very helpful. And for our transfer students, I'm going to hand it over to Tiffany.
Great. So as a transfer student, unfortunately, undeclared is not an option. So the major thing that you want to look at is, I would say you want to look at the major courses. So ASSIST, if you're not familiar with ASSIST, this is a website that you should book and visit early and often to look at the major prep. So how do you pick a major, right? A lot of options. Again, we have over 150 majors. Visit the undergraduate catalog. That's where you can see all the different majors. If you have a specific, career path, things that you want to do, looking at those. Read the major description overview and look at the classes. If you get excited about those classes, or if you think, oh, that doesn't really, appeal to me, that's okay, right? Look at the requirements tab for those and visit the department's website. Now, one of the things that we often get asked is, does Berkeley have my major? With the exception of nursing, I'll give you that, we don't have a nursing major, but we have pretty much any major you can think of, right? So there's a really, really amazing resource that we put in the slide. It's called transferbound.com. It's not just for transfer students. I would say it's for, any prospective student. The cool thing about Transfer Bound is you can look at the different area that you're interested in, right? Let's say you're interested in, nutrition, right? And you're like, does Berkeley have a nutrition major? Does Berkeley have a criminal justice major? We do not have a criminal justice major, but we have other majors that have that. And this will also help you plan for all the UCs and all the CSUs, because as much as we, want as many students as possible to apply to Berkeley, the reality is we know that, some of you will be looking at other UCs as well. So transferbound.com is a great resource. Please check it out. And hopefully that'll help you as you navigate this exploration.
Just to kind of wrap up here, we just want to remind you all a few things. That your major, again, does not always equal your career. Just to remind you all, experience matters, definitely. Internships and experiences that you take on, like Tiffany was saying earlier, maybe you take on some sort of clubs on campus or some leadership roles. Maybe you study dance and you're doing an internship that's related to marketing. You could still apply to marketing jobs once you graduate because you'll have experience in marketing. Remember that getting involved helps you, right? Getting involved through clubs, through Greek life, through internships, all of that will make a difference in your future career. So study what you're passionate about and what you love and what you're interested in.